Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Friday, October 24th, Sally's risk, Sienna vs. Kyle, Phyllis and Kane's deal. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Friday, October 24th, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, to take a risk for Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, come to an understanding. Also, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, tries to pry intel from Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our weekly Y&R spoilers, here. Sally Spectra's risk. Let's start off with Sally, who will go out on a limb for Audra. This most likely has to do with Audra needing a job. Of course, she might also have heard about Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, car accident. Audra has a dicey history with Noah, but it seems like she has always cared very much for him. So, Audra might turn to Sally to get updates about Noah's condition. What is this? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sally Spectra's risk, a dangerous gamble that could change everything. Sally Spectra has always been a woman who thrives on challenges, but this time, her daring instincts may lead her into a storm she never saw coming. Genoa City is buzzing as Sally takes a risk that could either make her a legend or leave her shattered. From her turbulent love life to her ambitious career, Sally's choices are about to ignite a firestorm that affects not only her but everyone around her. The question haunting viewers now is simple: has Sally finally pushed too far, or will she rise once again from the ashes, stronger than ever? Sally's recent actions have drawn both admiration and alarm. She's never been one to play it safe, and that daring spirit is what has made her such a magnetic force in Genoa City. But lately, her choices seem less strategic and more impulsive. Her drive to prove herself, to Adam, to Nick, and even to herself, has begun to blur the line between bravery and recklessness. Sally has always prided herself on her independence, yet it's that very independence that may be putting her in danger. She's building something new, a bold venture that could redefine her career. Rumors swirl that she's betting everything she has on a creative project tied to Newman Media, something that could either skyrocket her reputation or sink her for good. The stakes couldn't be higher, and Sally knows it. For months, she's been caught between two powerful men, Adam and Nick Newman, each of whom has profoundly shaped her life. Her heart once burned for Adam, a man whose darkness and brilliance mirrored her own. But after heartbreak and chaos, she turned to Nick, a man of steadier temperament and loyal heart. Yet even with Nick, the ghost of Adam looms large. No matter how hard Sally tries, Adam's presence lingers, his intensity, his belief in her, his shared sense of ambition. And now, as Sally embarks on her latest risky endeavor, those emotions may resurface in ways she never intended. Behind the scenes, whispers suggest Sally's latest project may involve a partnership or opportunity that could pull her closer to Adam again. Perhaps a joint business deal, or maybe a design venture funded by Newman Media with Adam's fingerprints all over it. If so, Sally could be walking straight into the emotional minefield she swore she'd left behind. And that's just one layer of her mounting challenges. Professionally, she's facing pressure from all sides. Chloe Mitchell, her trusted friend and creative partner, is worried that Sally's ambition is outpacing her common sense. Chloe has seen Sally chase dreams before, some that soared and others that crashed spectacularly. This time, she's not sure Sally's thinking clearly. Meanwhile, the Newman family is watching closely. Victoria Newman, always protective of her company's image, may not take kindly to Sally's bold new ideas, especially if they risk destabilizing the brand. Victoria and Sally's relationship has always been complicated, simmering with mutual respect and hidden rivalry. Sally has worked hard to earn her place in a world dominated by the Newmans and Abbotts, but her success may now paint a target on her back. And speaking of targets, the Abbotts may have something to say about Sally's resurgence. Remember, she once tangled with Jack Abbott, even charming her way into his heart before it all fell apart. Phyllis Summers hasn't forgotten that chapter either. In a town where reputations are fragile and grudges run deep, Sally's comeback may trigger a chain reaction of old enemies resurfacing. But what truly sets Sally apart is her resilience. Every time she's been written off, she's reinvented herself. From her days in Los Angeles with the Spectra legacy to her hard-earned redemption in Genoa City, Sally has shown that she can survive anything. This time, though, her risk isn't just professional or romantic, it's personal. She's been haunted by the loss of her baby with Adam, a pain she rarely talks about but that colors every decision she makes. That heartbreak, though buried beneath her confidence, still influences her relationships and her drive to succeed. Some insiders speculate that Sally's new project may even be an emotional outlet for that grief, a tribute to what she lost, expressed through her creative passion. If so, the emotional toll could be far greater than she anticipates. Sally's world is one of contrasts, fire and fragility, brilliance and recklessness. She has a rare ability to command attention, to draw people in even as she pushes them away. It's that magnetism that keeps viewers glued to her every move. As Genoa City's fashion and media worlds collide, Sally's risk could ripple across multiple storylines, drawing in. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Nick, Adam, Chloe, and even unexpected allies like Summer Newman, who's been slowly softening towards Sally despite their rocky past. Yet not everyone believes Sally's intentions are noble. Some suspect she's hiding something, an undisclosed deal, a secret investor, or a plan that could upend both Newman Enterprises and Chancellor Winters. Could Sally be playing a dangerous double game? Or is she simply being underestimated once again by those who don't understand her vision? Whatever the truth, Sally's gamble has set the stage for explosive drama. Her ability to outthink and outmaneuver Genoa City's elite has always been her superpower, but every superpower has its limits. One misstep could cost her everything she's built. Meanwhile, Adam Newman remains the wild card. Despite his efforts to move on, his connection to Sally is undeniable. If she falters, Adam may rush to her side, rekindling old feelings and reopening old wounds. Nick, too, may find himself torn between protecting Sally and preserving his own sanity. The resulting emotional triangle could reignite one of the show's most captivating love stories. And let's not forget, in Genoa City, success breeds enemies. If Sally's new venture starts to gain traction, she could find herself targeted by rivals who see her as a threat. From corporate sabotage to personal betrayal, the risks are endless. Sally's brilliance makes her dangerous, but her heart may be her biggest vulnerability. As she navigates this high-stakes chapter, the audience can't help but wonder whether she's setting herself up for triumph or tragedy. Every risk she's ever taken has led her here, to a moment that could define her legacy. Will she finally achieve the validation and stability she's craved, or will she become yet another cautionary tale in the ruthless world of Genoa City ambition? Sally's journey is far from over. Whether she rises or falls, one thing is certain, she'll do it on her own terms. The red-headed dynamo has never been one to fade quietly into the background. If she's going down, she'll do it with her signature fire, flair, and defiance. And if she wins? Genoa City will never be the same again. Sally Spectra's risk isn't just another storyline, it's a testament to the spirit of a woman who refuses to be defined by her failures. Her courage, her flaws, her relentless determination, they make her one of the most compelling figures in daytime drama today. As the weeks unfold, fans can expect shocking twists, emotional confrontations, and perhaps, a rediscovery of what truly drives Sally Spectra. Sometimes, the biggest risks lead to the most extraordinary rewards. But in Genoa City, nothing comes without a price. Kyle Abbott vs. Sienna Bacall. Over in Los Angeles, Kyle will insist that Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, is hiding something. The man has an idea that Sienna knows something and he will go to her for information. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. However, Sienna is a no-nonsense gal and I don't see her being very polite with Kyle. In fact, Sienna just might warn Kyle that if he doesn't stop nosing around, he could have a similar fate to Noah. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Kyle Abbott vs. Sienna Bacall, a dangerous war of wits that could shatter Genoa City. Genoa City has never seen a clash quite like this. Kyle Abbott and Sienna Bacall are about to ignite a battle that will leave scorched earth behind them. Both are ambitious, both are manipulative in their own ways, and both are playing for keeps. What started as a flirtatious rivalry has now evolved into a full-blown war, one that threatens not only their professional lives but their emotional stability as well. The tension between Kyle and Sienna has been simmering for weeks, and now it's finally ready to boil over. Ever since Sienna arrived in Genoa City, she's turned heads, stirred up chaos, and found herself entangled with some of the most powerful families in town. At first, she seemed like just another social climber, smart, charming, and calculated. But beneath her glamour lies a sharp mind and an agenda that's far more dangerous than anyone anticipated. And unfortunately for Kyle Abbott, he's standing directly in her way. Kyle's life has been in turmoil for months. His marriage to Summer collapsed, his position at Jabot has been on shaky ground, and his growing obsession with control has made him unpredictable. He's desperate to prove himself, not just as Jack Abbott's son but as a force to be reckoned with in his own right. That desperation has made him vulnerable, and Sienna Bacall knows exactly how to exploit it. Their relationship began with sparks, mutual attraction, subtle manipulation, and the thrill of competition. But now, what began as an intoxicating game has turned into a dangerous duel of power and pride. Kyle sees Sienna as an interloper, someone using her charm to infiltrate Genoa City's elite. Sienna, on the other hand, views Kyle as an entitled heir who underestimates her intelligence. Their dynamic is electric, laced with sexual tension and simmering resentment, the kind of chemistry that can only exist between two people who might destroy each other. Behind closed doors, their confrontations have become legendary. Sienna is no pushover, she's matched Kyle blow for blow, word for word, and move for move. Her ability to read him has made her one of the few people in Genoa City capable of throwing him off his game. For someone like Kyle, who thrives on control, that's infuriating. For Sienna, it's exhilarating. But what makes this conflict even more explosive is that both have secrets that, if exposed, could ruin them. Rumor has it that Sienna may have connections to a shadowy investor circling Jabot, someone with a grudge against the Abbott family. Some speculate that she's feeding information. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. To a rival company, while others believe she's working on her own plan to rise through the ranks by playing Kyle against his father. Whatever the truth is, Kyle senses that something about her doesn't add up, and he's determined to uncover it. The problem? The closer he gets to exposing her, the more drawn he becomes to her. Kyle's emotions are his greatest weakness, and Sienna knows how to use that. She flirts, she provokes, and she pulls him in only to push him away again. It's psychological warfare at its finest, and neither of them is willing to surrender. For Kyle, this battle is about more than business, it's personal. He's still reeling from the collapse of his marriage, still haunted by his mistakes with Summer, and still desperate to prove to Jack that he's capable of running Jabot. Facing off against Sienna has reignited something in him, a dangerous spark of ambition mixed with anger. He wants to win, not just to protect the Abbott name but to prove that he can't be manipulated again. But what Kyle doesn't realize is that Sienna thrives on being underestimated. She's spent her life surviving powerful men who thought they could control her, and she's learned how to turn their arrogance into opportunity. Kyle is just the latest in a long line of opponents who will regret thinking she's just another pretty face. Still, there's something different about Kyle that Sienna can't quite shake. Beneath his arrogance lies vulnerability, and beneath her cold exterior lies curiosity. The chemistry between them is undeniable, and that's what makes their conflict so volatile. Every argument, every stare, every sharp exchange is charged with energy. It's as if they're standing on opposite sides of a fire, each daring the other to step closer. As their rivalry intensifies, the fallout is beginning to spread. Jack Abbott has noticed the tension and is becoming increasingly concerned about his son's behavior. He knows Kyle's impulsiveness could put Jabot at risk, and Sienna's unpredictable nature only adds to his unease. Meanwhile, other figures in Genoa City, like Phyllis Summers and Audra Charles, are keeping a close eye on the drama, eager to see which side emerges victorious. Some might even decide to use the chaos to their advantage. Phyllis, in particular, may see Sienna as a mirror of her younger self, bold, manipulative, and dangerously clever. And if there's one thing Phyllis can't resist, it's inserting herself into a game of power and seduction. Audra, on the other hand, might see an opportunity to pit Kyle and Sienna against each other for her own gain. If she senses that Sienna is vulnerable, she could easily strike an alliance or exploit the situation to take down a common rival. It's a tangled web, and Kyle and Sienna are both caught in the center of it. The tension between them could explode at any moment. Rumors hint at a confrontation coming soon, one that will expose lies, betrayals, and shocking truths about what Sienna is really after. Will Kyle discover her true motives before it's too late, or will he fall victim to the very trap she's been setting all along? There's also the matter of emotion, because for all their venomous exchanges, it's clear that something deeper lingers beneath the surface. Are Kyle and Sienna destined to destroy each other, or are they two broken souls drawn together by their shared hunger for validation and power? It's that gray area, the thin line between love and hate, that makes their dynamic so addictive to watch. If Kyle allows his emotions to guide him, he could easily become ensnared in Sienna's web. If Sienna lets her guard down, she might realize that the man she's fighting so hard against could also be the one who understands her best. Either way, both of them are playing with fire. As the storyline unfolds, the battle between Kyle Abbott and Sienna Bacall promises to reshape Genoa City's social and corporate landscape. Every move they make sends ripples through the lives of those around them. Their war isn't just about control, it's about identity, legacy, and survival. Kyle wants to reclaim his power. Sienna wants to claim her place. And only one of them can come out on top. But here's the twist that no one sees coming. What if their rivalry evolves into an alliance? What if, in trying to destroy each other, they find common ground? It wouldn't be the first time two adversaries in Genoa City discovered that love and hate can exist side by side. For now, though, it's a high-stakes showdown. Every encounter between Kyle and Sienna feels like a chess match played with real lives on the board. One wrong move could mean professional ruin or emotional devastation. And in true soap opera fashion, the audience can't look away. As the battle intensifies, fans can expect betrayal, blackmail, and perhaps even revenge disguised as romance. Because in Genoa City, no war stays clean, and no rivalry is ever truly over. Kyle Abbott vs. Sienna Bacall isn't just a feud. It's a collision of egos, desires, and dangerous ambition, a perfect storm that could redefine power in Genoa City forever. Whether it ends in passion or destruction, one thing is certain, the fireworks have only just begun. Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby's deal. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October 24th reveal that Phyllis and Kane will come to an understanding. Red pretty much stole the AI program and wants to use it to get everything she wants in life. However, Kane knows that Phyllis did something with the program. So, they will come to some kind of deal. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby's deal, a dangerous alliance that could shake Genoa City to its core. Genoa City is about to be rocked by a partnership no one saw coming. Phyllis Summers, the fiery redhead who's never afraid to bend the rules, and Kane Ashby, the smooth-talking schemer from down under, are rumored to be striking a secret deal that could have far-reaching consequences. In a town where alliances can make or break fortunes, this unlikely duo could either change everything, or destroy each other in the process. Phyllis and Cain have crossed paths before, but this time, the stakes are higher than ever. Both of them have something to prove. Both of them have enemies circling. And both of them know that in Genoa City, power doesn't come to those who play nice, it comes to those willing to take risks. Phyllis has been rebuilding her life piece by piece after another round of heartbreak and betrayal. Her history with men like Jack Abbott, Nick Newman, and Jeremy Stark has left her jaded but not defeated. She's learned that trust is a luxury she can't afford. What she needs now is leverage, and that's exactly where Cain comes in. Cain Ashby has always been a master manipulator. He knows how to charm, how to strategize, and how to survive. After years away from the spotlight, whispers suggest he's been quietly making moves, watching the chessboard, and waiting for the right moment to re-enter Genoa City's power game. When Phyllis crosses his path, the sparks are instantaneous, but they're not just romantic. They're strategic. Sources close to the situation say that Phyllis and Cain's alliance begins as a business deal. Phyllis has information Cain needs, and Cain has access to something Phyllis wants. But as with all things in this town, their deal soon becomes far more complicated. Phyllis has always had her eyes on the big picture. Whether it's Jabot, Chancellor Winters, or Newman Media, she's never been content to play small. She knows that real control in Genoa City comes from influence, inside information, corporate secrets, and the ability to outmaneuver your rivals. Cain, meanwhile, has been quietly rebuilding his financial network, possibly through offshore accounts or connections to old Chancellor Industries holdings. There's talk that he's uncovered a loophole that could give him, and by extension, Phyllis, a path to power. But what's truly shocking is the speculation about what this deal actually entails. Some insiders believe Cain and Phyllis are teaming up to go after Chancellor Winters itself. Lily Winters and Devon Hamilton have worked hard to keep the company stable, but their internal struggles have left cracks that savvy operators like Cain and Phyllis could exploit. Cain might see this as a chance to reclaim his old position and settle unfinished business with Lily, while Phyllis views it as her opportunity to strike back at a town that's doubted her one too many times. Their plan, if it succeeds, could shift the balance of power in Genoa City's corporate hierarchy. But it's not just business that's fueling this fire. Phyllis and Cain have always shared a certain chemistry, a blend of flirtation, manipulation, and danger. Neither of them trusts easily, but that's part of the allure. They recognize something in each other, the hunger for redemption, the thrill of risk, and the intoxicating rush of a good scheme. It's not long before their professional connection starts to blur with something more personal. But if there's one thing both Phyllis and Cain know, it's that emotions are dangerous in business. The moment feelings get involved, the game changes. And in this game, the stakes are deadly. Jack Abbott may be the first to notice something off. Phyllis has a long history with Jack, part love story, part rivalry, and he knows her better than most. If he senses that she's up to something with Cain, he'll do everything in his power to uncover the truth. The problem is, Phyllis is several steps ahead. She's learned how to cover her please subscribe and like the video before continuing tracks. She's working in the shadows, and this time, she's not letting guilt or sentimentality slow her down. Lily, on the other hand, could be blindsided. Her history with Cain is complicated, full of love, betrayal, and unfinished emotions. If Cain's reappearance in Genoa City coincides with a business threat against Chancellor Winters, Lily will be forced to confront both her past and her professional instincts. Seeing Phyllis and Cain together will be a blow, especially if she suspects there's more between them than business. Meanwhile, Devon Hamilton will be on high alert. He's fiercely protective of the company and won't hesitate to strike back at anyone threatening its stability. The potential for a corporate war is real, and if Phyllis and Cain's alliance gets exposed, it could set off a chain reaction across multiple families. Yet for all the danger, Phyllis seems invigorated by the challenge. She's always thrived on chaos, and Kane's cunning energy complements her perfectly. Together, they're unpredictable, which makes them nearly unstoppable. Every secret meeting, every whispered phone call, every calculated move draws them deeper into the web they're spinning. But here's the catch, both of them are known for betrayal. Phyllis has double-crossed almost everyone she's ever worked with at least once. Kane, too, has a reputation for deceit. The question haunting them both is, who will turn on who first? Kane may be charming, but he's also calculating. He knows Phyllis's reputation and won't hesitate to protect his own interests. Phyllis, for her part, is well aware that trusting Kane completely would be suicide. Their alliance, no matter how strong, is built on shifting sand. Still, there's a chance that somewhere in all the manipulation, they find genuine respect, or even attraction. Kane admires Phyllis's audacity, and Phyllis sees in Kane a man who understands the darkness she's tried so hard to suppress. Together, they're a dangerous combination, two wounded souls who refuse to back down. As their plan unfolds, fans can expect Genoa City to feel the impact. Corporate shakeups, romantic entanglements, and explosive confrontations are all on the horizon. If Kane and Phyllis manage to pull this off, they could rise to unprecedented power. But if they fail, they'll take each other down in the fallout. There's also the question of loyalty. Could someone close to them, perhaps Chloe Mitchell or Daniel Romalotti, discover what's going on and expose them? Or will one of them have a change of heart before it's too late? In a city built on lies and ambition, truth is the most dangerous weapon of all. Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby's deal is more than a partnership, it's a ticking time bomb. They're two of Genoa City's most cunning survivors, drawn together by shared ambition and mutual need. But when ambition and attraction collide, destruction usually follows. Phyllis may think she's in control, but Kane is not a man to underestimate. And Kane may think he's manipulating Phyllis, but she's proven time and again that she's always capable of a last-minute twist. When the dust finally settles, there may not be a clear winner, only survivors. One thing's for sure, this alliance will leave lasting scars on Genoa City's power structure. Whether it ends in triumph, betrayal, or something even darker, the fallout will be unforgettable. Because when Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby make a deal, it's not just business, it's war disguised as opportunity. And in this war, no one walks away unscathed. Friday, October 24, 2025. Over with Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, she was really affected by Noah's coma. It seems that it could remind Claire of the last time she saw her father alive. What is this? It was in a hospital room just like that when Claire and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, had to say one final goodbye to Cole Howard, J. Eddie Peck. So, that could have an effect on Claire. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Could Claire have more panic attacks, which lead Holden to come to her rescue again? Or is Kyle right about something being very off about Holden? Is he somehow part of the reason why Noah is in a coma right now? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Friday, October 24, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.